Hello, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you clicking on this video. My name is Donk, and this is a little passion project I like to call Minecraft Devotionals. This is the series where a rookie Minecraft player takes the time to spread the word of Jesus with a geeky perspective. It is mostly unscripted, but every once in a while you may hear a bad pun, see a little bit of building, and spend some time in the Bible. Past couple of episodes, we've been going ahead and slowly but surely terraforming, creating our little farms, and doing a little setup. We started our mine, and that's where we're going to be spending most of the day today. That's why we're starting down here this episode. So let's go ahead and start with our verse for today. Well, it's going to be a little bit more than just a single verse. Today, I'd like to do a whole chapter. I know this may seem a lot, but it'll make sense as we go along building. Today, we are going to be looking in Hebrews chapter 11. Okay, so I'm kind of stocked up. We are going to go down into our mine, and I will begin reading as we are going to do some digging today. I did do a little bit of digging off camera, and I think I've got to a level where the deep slate and tuff is now forming, so we should be able to see some of that. And I stopped right at a small gold deposit. So we are going to go ahead and dig this up now using a iron pickaxe. I crafted a few of those since we've been finding iron, and we'll go ahead and start reading as well. This will be our little hallway that we are going to focus on for today while I read the Hall of Faith. We are starting in Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith, we understand that the words are framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Through faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying to his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated, that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith it is impossible to please him. And he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Noah, being warned of God of things not yet seen, being warned of God things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness by which is by faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into the place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and went out not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs of him of the same promise. For he looked for a city that hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Through faith also, Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one as him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore, innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them far off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims of the earth. For they say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had the opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, an heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to call their God, for he hath prepared for them a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten sons, and whom it is said that in Isaac shall the seed be called, accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both of his sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of a departing of his children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the sons of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of the sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Christ's greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of the blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch him. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, essaying to do, drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, but she had received the spies with peace. And what shall I more say? For the time would fall me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and of Samuel, and of the prophets, who though faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in the fight, turned to the fight of the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings. Yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered the deserts and in the mountains, and the dens and the caves and the earths. All these, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. That was Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 through verse 40. Just in enough time for the pickaxe to break. We created our own little hallway here, but it is important to always realize that we must rely upon God Himself, because God is forever faithful. Now, you guys saw, God blessed us as soon as we started digging. Way back at the beginning, when we first started reading the chapter, some diamonds back here. First diamonds of the season. Remember several episodes ago at this point, when we tried to go find some diamonds, we ended up finding the ancient city instead. And that was our first death that we had, when I ended up falling off the scaffolding after searching through that area. But we have our first 4 diamonds. And I am pleased to say that we began our mine, and now I do know as well that diamonds are at this level. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. It was a real pleasure reading through the Word, and I hope you all will join me again next time as we continue on in the Word, and as well as doing other projects. Have a good one.